Hi everyone, my name is Helen Ludwig. In Introduction to Teaching and Learning Technologies, I learned a lot about my chosen career to become a teacher. One of the first things that stood out to me in Chapter 1 was the qualities of a good teacher, the 5 C's: committed, caring, courageous, conscious, and centered. Without these qualities as a teacher, I think it's easy to say you won't make the impact you need to. I also learned a lot about the lack of education back in the 1600s. Sure, there was education present, but it is nothing like it is today. If you were lucky, you would be able to attend a dame school, Latin grammar school, or if you lived in a town big enough, you were able to learn reading and writing thanks to the old Duluth-Satan Act. I also learned a lot about learning theories, which are formal ideas about how people learn. Learning about students who are at risk really hit home for me. I knew a lot of people who grew up poor, got into trouble with the law as juveniles, and then grew up into adults who still lived in poverty. I also grew up in a time where getting pregnant at 16 or so was glorified, and they even had TV shows about this specific topic. Thankfully, I learned that the U.S. teen pregnancy rate has gone down within the recent years, but it still remains the highest of any industrialized nation in the world. Substance abuse is something I have always tried my hardest to avoid as a teenager. A lot of the friends I have today admitted to abusing and becoming addicted to drugs as a young teenager in school, ultimately making it harder or impossible for them to graduate. Another topic I liked to learn about this semester was students and social media and classroom and smartphones. I didn't think of myself as a digital native. I like to think of myself kind of a halfway digital native. I was born in 1996 and didn't have daily internet access until I was 13 or so. But as the days pass and technology becomes more advanced, I do spend a lot more time using technology than I'd like to truly admit. As a high school student, our cell phone policies were very strict. You could not under any circumstances have your phone out or have your phone ring or it was taken away. I did have a teacher during my high school years that honestly didn't care as long as you were succeeding in your studies, but for the most part, cell phones were taken seriously. From what I learned this semester, I think it would be beneficial for both parties to relax on the seriousness of cell phones in schools. Personally, I think it would be okay for students to have their cell phones out between periods and lunch, and maybe for projects being constructed in class. Maybe I'll feel differently when I start teaching school, but who knows? I think if we use technology to our advantage, I think we can really make an impact and a difference on the way that these kids learn. Another thing I liked learning about was Another thing I liked learning about in this class was bullying. Throughout my years in school, I was frequently bullied from kindergarten to the day I graduated, I guess. For the way I looked or whatever they can think of. It was never too serious to where I couldn't bear it, but bullying under any circumstances is wrong. I don't think any of the teachers took the situation seriously, and today I still don't think they do. I really liked learning about the anti-bullying programs that have been put in place. I think it's a good way to start getting rid of bullying. I don't think it'll ever really disappear, but I do believe we can make a difference if we just listen and stand up. I think one of my biggest challenges as a teacher would be my time management. I can become distracted easily and go off course, but I am determined through my time at Liberty University to practice good time management. I'd like to envision using technology to my advantage in my classroom. I'd also like to use just the right amount of interactive technologies to keep my students intrigued, but also undistracted. Thank you.